Before I get into the more details of the video, I wanted to show a preview of what this Windows utility looks like. So this is the screen. There's a lot of different things you can do to help you fix up your Windows problems. So if you've never used this tool from ChrisTitusTech Windows utility, you should check out my video and see how you can install it and how you can use it to install programs or uninstall programs, reinstall programs, add tweaks, configurations, and updates. Thanks for stopping by. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to make a quick video about a great utility for Windows that I've been using, and I wanted to just do a quick walkthrough of it. I'm showing the screen here of all of the different things that you can install with it. It's a huge time saver depending on what you're trying to do with your Windows computers. This is a GitHub project, so it's free to use, and there's multiple different screens to use within the tool. If we go back to the prior page here on GitHub, it's ChrisTitusTech, and I'll include links for this stuff in the video description. Here you can see this utility is a compilation of Windows tasks that you can perform on a Windows system. It's meant to streamline installs, de-bloat your system with tweaks, troubleshoot things with configuration, and fix Windows updates. How you use it, you can see here there's a couple commands that you can use to get it started. And he mentions a couple issues here. Antivirus is going to block the script. You can disable it temporarily to run the script. The script is flagged for malware because it runs under the administrator and makes system changes. This utility has been under development for several years now, and it has a number of contributors who are helping out to build it. Here is an overview of the things that you can find on the Install tab. Install selections, upgrades, uninstall things, import, export, if you want to move in between different machines. Tweaks that you can do, essential tweaks, miscellaneous tweaks, additional tweaks, and recommended selection. Config, allow you to easily install various essential components and features to enhance their Windows experience. Fixes, legacy, Windows panels, and updates. And there are various other YouTube videos about it and on the ChrisTitus.com Windows Tools page. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get set up here to install it. I'm running all this inside of a Windows Virtual Sandbox to try it out for the purposes of this video. If you haven't used Windows Sandbox, you may want to take a look at one of my previous recent videos where I talk about the Windows Sandbox. It's a virtual computer you can start up in a matter of seconds on your local machine to try things out. Before I do that, I wanted to scroll up to the top of the GitHub page. You can see there's been 158 commits. One was done 2 days ago. You can see the number of contributors here on this page. So let's go ahead and get ready to install it. So I popped over to the website christitus.com/windows-tool, and here you can see a one command download and usage. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that command and get ready to run it on my machine. And I do have to run it, as it says here, as an administrator in a PowerShell prompt. Alright, so I opened up the administrator Windows PowerShell and put in the command. Let's go ahead and hit enter. Alright, so it's getting started here. I will come back briefly when it's done. Alright, that didn't take very long, and the program is up and running here. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize a couple windows, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I maximized the tool, and we're just going to take a look here and see what is available in this particular tab. This is the install tab. So I'll find a few things here to install in this machine, and we'll proceed with that. And we can see the tweak screen. You can see recommended selections for desktop, laptop, minimal, clear, or get installed. Or if you want to import or export the configuration file, you can do that. Lots of options here. And we can hover our mouse over each one to get a better idea of what it's going to do. And if we go to config, we can see here various different options for us to choose from. Set up auto login, reset Windows Update, reset the network, system corruption scan, and things like that. Or we can install some features like the Windows Subsystem for Linux, NFS, Legacy Media, Hyper-V virtualization, or install all the .NET frameworks. And we can go to the Updates tab and see some of the options available to us here. Disable updates, not recommended. Completely disables all Windows updates, it's not recommended. But if you had a reason and you wanted to do that, you could do that. But your system would be easier to hack and infect without security updates. But maybe there's a reason for it. Recommended settings and the default out-of-box settings. Well, let's go back to the Install tab, and I'll be right back, and we'll select a couple of these tools to install. Alright, so I selected some tools. As you can see, tried to select one in most of the categories. Firefox browser, the Postman HTTP tool for development, that's software development, Notepad++ to handle some documents, sysinternals process monitor, which is great for debugging problems on your machine, some multimedia tools such as Audacity and Inkscape, and the Video LAN client VLC video player, which is really nice, and it's free, of course, the PuTTY tool, and GPU-Z. So I've made my selections, and now I'm going to go ahead and click on install selection. But if you wanted to export the configuration, you could do that and type in a file name, say default install options, and click save, and then you could import it later on another machine or later on the same machine. Now let's go ahead and click on install selection, and I'll come back here when it's finished. So here I also wanted to show when it's finished, it will pop up a message like I'm showing here that says it's done. You can see that in the middle of the screen, and then on the left, as an example, you can see it's installed Firefox, Postman, and some other tools. So if you look at the icons here on the left, they may be a little hard to see, but we have Postman installed, Audacity, Inkscape, GPU-Z, CPU-Z, and I added one more, the WinDir-Stat program. And so I'll go ahead and open one or two of the programs. It does take a little bit of time, like for Inkscape or larger programs, to get them installed. But this is just a really great tool to save you time for installing different packages onto your computer system. And so here I open up the Audacity audio program. I'm not going to use it for anything right now, but I just wanted to open that. And I also opened up the Postman tool, so it's for testing web APIs and HTTP requests. So I really like this tool. It saves time and it's just great. It's nice to have utilities like this. So if you've never used it, check it out. And again, I thank you for stopping by and checking out one of my videos. Have a great day.
If you like this channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content.